Hey guys, welcome to day 74 of my carnivore journey. I hope I got the day right because they're starting to blend together. But day 74, and I just want to say my theme of today, my advice is be prepared. Okay. Um, man, I can't stress enough. Now, look, I've never been one of those type of people that like even in other diets, like when they would do like the portion control type thing, when you would like make some chicken, make some pasta, make some broccoli, put it in a small little proportion dish, and you have this well-rounded meal and blah blah blah, right? We tried that, a few times, never really worked out. I'm just not very good at it. It's like once we did that first week of meal prep, after we went through the meals, maybe we'd make a few more, and then everything just went by the wayside, and we're back to just eating, eating whatever. So, with that being said, I will say though, there is some prep that you should do. You don't have to, but you should do. And what do I mean by that is that, like bacon, right? You should have bacon in the fridge, and like I've showed you guys in the past. I know there's a lot of new followers. So if I think about it, maybe I'll put a picture, but I have these glass, Tupperware containers that, I'll make up a package or two of bacon, put the bacon in the Tupperware, throw it in the fridge. And then of course, hold on to the bacon grease in a mason jar type thing, which I use all the time. I use bacon grease for cooking. And a lot of times I don't even use grease anymore half the time. But having bacon in the fridge is great because again, you can just throw a couple pieces in the microwave for 20 seconds or so, however, what your preference is, or you can eat it cold, whatever you need to do, but it's there in if you need it. The other thing is, get you like 18 eggs or a dozen eggs and, hard boil them. And if you have an Instapot, which a lot of people do, if you have an Instapot, then it's super easy. Okay. I'm going to tell you how right now. I'm going to teach you how to Instapot eggs perfectly. Just like this is so easy. If you have an Instapot, now if you do it other ways, I don't really care. Like that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to do all that. Instapot, right? Take your Instapot, make sure you have the pot. Don't just pour water right onto the element. You'll ruin your Instapot. But just, I just take about a cup and a half of water. It doesn't have to be exact, cup to 2 cups, whatever your preference is. But I just take about a cup and a half of water, pour it in the pot. Take a trivet. Okay. If you don't know what a trivet is, it's pretty much like a round wire rack that sits above the water. It's got a couple little handles on the side. So you put your trivet in there, and then your eggs sit on that trivet, just like a wire rack, and it's above the water. You don't want your eggs in the water, so you just lay out, like I said, about 12 or so, however you can fit around there, and then you close it up. Now there's 3 numbers you need to remember depending on what you want. Do you want soft boiled eggs? You want that runny yolk, but you want the whites to be solid and the yolks to be runny? This would be like if you throw a couple in your Instapot and you want to have them to crack over your dinner, right? And if that's the case, you're going to put the eggs, like however many you're going to do, soft boiled, put them on the trivet, set your timer for 1 minute. Okay, now it's not going to take 1 minute because it takes a little bit for the pressure to build up. And then once the pressure builds up, then it will engage the timer. And then for 1 minute under pressure, and then make sure don't go wandering off. All right. Release, do a quick release. Or unless you have the fancy ones that release on their own, but do a quick release. And right as soon as the minute's done. And then once the pressure, the safety pin drops, open it up and take your eggs out with like a pair of tongs and put it right into an ice bath. Okay, just have your bowl of ice water, put it in the ice bath for 5 minutes, set your timer. And then after the 5 minutes, hey, peel and eat, whatever, right? Peel them under cold water. They peel really easy. Now, if you want medium eggs, now medium eggs means that you're going to have that center that's you can still remove it much like a hard boiled center, but it's just a little bit creamy still. It's a little creamy. These are really good. In fact, that's what I made tonight. I made medium boiled eggs. They have that extra bit of creaminess. Um, so good. And that's going to be 3 minutes. Okay. And of course, hard boiled, you'll do 5 minutes. So 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minutes. Okay. That's all you really need to know. Once the timer's done, make sure you're there. Quick release them, put them right into it, shock them into an ice bath for 5 minutes, and then put them up. Put them in the fridge, put them in a container. I leave them in the shell. I don't peel them all. I leave them all in the shell until I'm ready to use them. Then I'll crack a couple under the sink, like under the cold water, and then the unpeeled ones I'll put like in a little baggie and I'll take them to work where I have my salt. Anyways, little tip for you: be prepared. I'm telling you, it really helps because, like today, for example, now I do pretty much I fast. Once I'm here doing this video, I'll drink coffee. My coffee is actually in the other room because I was brewing it and I decided to start recording. But when I'm done, I'm gonna, sip on some coffee. It's my night off. I'm gonna sip on some coffee. And that's it. Like after that, I'm fasting until the next day. I'm probably gonna end up doing like a 16-hour fast at least. However, when you get to that 16-hour mark, okay, this is when, when you're like 2, 3 o'clock, maybe 17, 18 hours, whatever, you start getting that afternoon. This is where typically I will actually get hungry. And at that point, I'll have my hard boiled eggs, 2 hard boiled eggs, great snack, have my salt, whatever. Or I would take like 3 pieces of bacon, and bacon would be my snack. Well, today I didn't have anything. And so, like I was telling some of you before, there's a couple gas stations I found that sell hard-boiled eggs, and they're actually pretty good. They're pretty simple. The ingredients are just eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Well, anyways, I was going to stop at the one, and I forgot. I got to my next job, like my next customer's house. So I'm like, at my customer's house, I can't do anything about it. So I'm like, well, when I'm done here, I'll swing back by the gas station, pick up some eggs, hopefully. And there you go. I forgot again on the way to the next customer's house. Well, then this customer didn't show up till really late. I got there early, but the customer didn't get there till really late. So I sat there for like an hour and a half waiting on this customer to show up. I really couldn't leave at that point, because if he shows up, now it's going to make it look like I'm running late. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of stuck there. I had nothing. I had no bacon, no eggs. My stomach's growling at me at this point. I was like really getting hungry. I'm like, wow, I haven't had stomach growls in a while. But of course, it passed. I was able to get everything done. I went to the store, came home, and I made eggs and I made hamburgers. So for my hamburgers, I think I have a picture. So for my hamburgers, I did what I always tell you guys. I not always, but this is one thing I do a lot of guys, you guys know I make these a lot, is I just take a pound of meat and I put an egg in it, and sometimes a splash of cream, like heavy cream, like a splash. Today I did do a splash of cream. It wasn't much. I'm just telling you, like a little splash, and the egg. And I did a teaspoon of salt. I didn't use garlic tonight, and I used a quarter stick of butter, basically 3 tablespoons of softened butter. Like, you want to keep an eye on it in the microwave, soften it up just enough. It might start melting a little bit, but you want it to be soft, almost like mayonnaise quality. And I kind of mashed all that together, and then I added in some pork rind crumbs. Now, tonight, I think I added way too many pork rind crumbs. And flavor wise, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. It didn't. It didn't allow the beef to really come out. It didn't allow the beef to shine. So I I don't know what I was thinking, but I mean it was okay. I ate 2/3 of the pound of meat, but then I was just full. I ate a couple of the medium boiled eggs. I think I had three altogether. So I had three eggs, three medium boiled eggs, and 2/3 pound of meat today. And that's what I had. And I'm gonna have my coffee with creamer. Um, Feeling wise today, I felt okay. I didn't feel anything bad. Wasn't like super energetic, but I wasn't lethargic. And again, it's something that I keep repeating is just consistency. Like you just feel consistently normal, you know? And that's what's nice about it. You know, you don't it's a great experience. So for those of you that are just starting out, and maybe you're still going through that transition phase, maybe keto flu. I never really got the like keto flu type stuff, but maybe you're getting those symptoms when you're trying to transfer and change your gut biome and all that. Maybe you're having a lot more diarrhea. Just hang in there because I'm telling you, it is so worth it when you start to level out. Because even when you do start experiencing the diarrhea and some of those things, you still feel good in the daytime. It's just, unfortunately, you might have some bathroom moments or something. But once you really start to get switched over to no carbs, no sugars, and you're working off of just proteins and stuff like that, you're gonna start feeling really good. You will. So just hang in there. I know it's a struggle, but anyways, we're getting there, guys. I'm getting together some stuff in anticipation that I make it to day 90. I'm really hoping I make it to day 90 because this is supposed to be a long-term thing. But in anticipation, I've got just to let you guys know, I've got some before and after pictures of a few things, and I'm gonna, of course, take more pictures that morning of day 90. So I'll have a few different pictures that we'll be able to look at. I got some of my leg when it was pretty bad, and we'll see how my leg ends up um, at the end. Also, of course, I'm going to share all that 11 years of data with you guys with the weigh-in data, so you guys will be able to see that. We're going to go through that, but we're gonna do it upright on day 90. We're going to have ourselves a little special, and we're going to show a lot of before and afters. And yes, I don't have blood work and all this other stuff right now. I realize that, but guys, hey, you know, um, but in any case, I'm really excited. What do you got? 16 days left, pretty much. So just a little over 2 weeks until we hit that goal, man. I'm excited. So anyways, I've been rambling on enough. I want to keep this video tonight under 15 minutes for sure. But guys, thank you all so much for your support. You're loving your comments always, and we will see you guys tomorrow. And remember, keep it up and stay strong. I'm telling you, and be prepared.